Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial on how to do acrylic nails at home. Here's some pictures of my work. I am definitely not a professional. I'm just going to say that right from the start. I'm going to just show you guys on what it's like for me to do them at home and not be a professional, if that makes sense. I hope this is somewhat insightful and helpful to you guys if you want to start doing your nails at home and just kind of want to save some money. And let's just get on and do it. So first off, we're gonna clear my desk space, which I already did, and also I have my camera, nothing fancy, just my phone. But we're gonna start by prepping our workspace by just putting a paper towel down. So as of right now, this is what I have on my nails. So we're gonna take these off. Here's my big box of nail stuff. I will have links to every single thing in this box down below. First, I'm just gonna cut off my nails. I have like plastic fake nail tips on, so I'm just gonna cut it all off completely. Just look like this. Now I just have the acrylic part on my actual nails still. I have all the fake nail tips off right here. It looks really gross. I'm so sorry about that. But now I'm gonna go in with this like cuticle tool. You use this to push back your cuticles, but I'm just gonna use this to lift up and off the acrylic. I know this is so unhealthy for your nails to just like strip them off like this, but I've had these nails on for so long that they're kind of lifting off really, really easily. My nail health has like gone to crap after I started doing my own nails at home. So if you do have any like tips on how to like keep your nails healthy while doing your own acrylics, please let me know down below. Okay, now we have the nails off and we need to prep these so that the new set can stick. So first off, I like to use an electric file. This is the box and brand that I use. I just got this off Amazon and it has a little remote thing where you can adjust the speed. I like to start off with the bigger hard file here, and then I like to use the little thin ones after. So first we're gonna go in with this one. Just gonna put it on here, and now you'll see why I have a paper towel here because it gets a little bit messy. So I just like to go over lightly and just buff out the nail. This also gets off the extra acrylic and possible layers that you have on your nail. It basically just does what a normal nail file would do, but a lot faster and a little bit better. But if you're gonna get this, I would highly suggest have like parent supervision or something if you're like on the younger side, because the amount of times I like scratched my nails and like ruined them the first time I used this thing was really bad. Also, if you guys see a little bit of blood on this nail, it's because I accidentally cut my cuticle while cutting off the nail. Just further proving why I am not a professional in this video. Now we're gonna go in with the more narrow file. This is also when I like to go over my cuticles, like kind of push back my cuticles in a way with the file. When it comes to pushing back my cuticles, I'm kind of lazy, so I just literally use the E file, like the top tip here, and just like kind of file it away. What the nails are looking like. They're all completely prepped, and we're now gonna get into putting on the fake nail tips. If you personally like short nails, like you can just stop here if you want them at this length. Here is the nail glue that I use. This is the KDS nail tip glue, and then for the nail tips I just use these tips. They're also from Amazon. I'm actually out of like a common size that I normally use, so I'm gonna be adjusting some of the nail tips where all what I do is just file them down a little bit. So as you guys can see, I got them like all laid out here, and we're gonna take this nail glue. I just like to flip this up and then put the nail glue at the bottom here, like in this little dip. There's like a marking on these nails. Make it almost as centered as possible. And as you guys can see, they're pretty long. We're gonna need to cut these down. But I'm first gonna finish by doing this hand because I can only do one hand at a time. Obviously, you can see they're a little bit crazy long. Personally, I like to cut them like right about halfway almost, kind of like right here. And I just like to break them off like that. I've learned that you can always just file them down more if you don't like how long they are, but once you cut them down, you can't go back. I'll get into shaping them later, but I'm gonna do the other hand quickly off camera. Okay, now we got these like box looking like acrylic plastic nail tip, and now we're gonna shape it. Personally, I like to go with like the pointed almond shape. So what I like to do is take the nail clippers and just cut like two sides off like this. And then I like to go in with my nail file. I just got this from Sally's. File the sides like right here, and then like kind of round out the top, kind of like this. Once again, I'm not a professional, so I don't really know how to like describe this to you other than just show you what I do. And this is kind of the shape I'm gonna be going for in this video. And that is pretty much it on shaping it. And one thing I also like to do is use this like buffing tool and just kind of like do that a little bit to kind of like blend the fake nail and real nail together so there's not much of a ledge. Now I'm gonna do this to all of my other nails. just finished filing all of my nails down. As you guys can see, they're all like completely shaped and everything. Now for acrylic, I like to start off and use this liquid monomer. I use all Mia's Secret stuff. I learned from a YouTube tutorial that if you want it to turn out good, like your acrylic nails, to use all of the same branding for like your monomer and your acrylic powder. So I like to pour the liquid monomer in one of these little glasses. And then I got like a pack of 2. It came with pink acrylic powder and then clear acrylic powder. Since I like to do a lot of nail art and fun designs, I always just use clear. I also got the Extra Bond acid-free primer. So here's like the little set of like both this stuff I use. We're first gonna pour the monomer. It's like a little purple liquid. You only need a little bit. And then I like to use a little bit of a paper towel and then fold it. And I like to use this to like brush the stuff. You'll watch my technique, like how I use everything. This is the acrylic brush I use. This is what mine looks like, if you guys are wondering. Okay, now that we have my little station set up, I'm going to prime my nails. And before I do this, I'm gonna open up a window because once you pour this monomer in this cup and have like the stuff out, it smells so bad. I will pass out if I don't open up a window right now. So if you guys hear some background noise and like kids outside and cars, I'm sorry, but like I need to breathe. That is probably the most important thing if you're gonna do this at home, is to make sure you have good like air ventilation in your room when you do this, because it's a lot of chemicals and it smells really bad. Anyways, I'm gonna take the primer. It goes on really thin and lightly. I'll just like put it on the root like area of my nails, like the actual like real part of my nails, because there's no point just putting this on straight up plastic. Now we get into it. Okay, I zoomed you all in. I'm first gonna like wet the brush right here. You have to make like a perfect bead. So I like to put like an angle on my brush by like wiping it off like this, so there's like a 2 side of it. And then I like to trace it down the middle of the powder right here, just so I have like a small little bead of acrylic. And then I put it right in the center and start like working away. This stuff can dry up pretty fast, and once it like hardens on your nails, it is not going anywhere. So you need to work kind of quickly. And then I use the napkin just to like make sure my brush is clean, because you need to make sure your brush is clean. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna go in with a second swipe, small little dot again, and I'm like really focusing it on the middle of the nail. You want to make sure your nail has somewhat of like a curved side profile so it looks a little bit natural. You don't want it to just be super straight or like fling up. And once this hardens completely, you're able to like kind of shape it. So if you do mess up, you can kind of like file it down on the like front or something and kind of make it like more perfected at the end. So I'm gonna walk you guys through one more finger. I'm like so sorry, I can't talk through every single thing or else this video is gonna be like an hour long. So I'm gonna drag it through again. I always like to reset the powder by shaking it like what you guys just saw. Just like put it on like here. I don't know, I don't like to make my acrylic too thick or chunky just because then I think it looks unnatural. It's like really, really thin. With the first hand. Honestly, it's going to take a lot of practice. If this is your first time doing it and you're looking at this video, it just takes a bunch of practice, like practice on a paper towel, or use like a fake nail, or if you have someone who's willing to be your test subject, go ahead and use them and their hands or something. I don't know. Now we're gonna get on to the other hand. I just flipped the paper towel because you want to make sure that it's always clean when you're wiping your brush. Once again, if you are wiping off acrylic and then you re-wipe your brush in the acrylic, it's gonna like mess up your brush. This hand, it always looks somewhat off or like wrong. The best thing I've learned when doing this is just to take your time. So anyways, I just put away the acrylic powder and I'll usually just dump and clean this in my sink. I'm just gonna put the lid on it for right now. But actually, wait, before I do that, I do need to clean my brush. So what I like to do is get a brand new napkin and then swirl this all the way around. So you wanna make sure all of that acrylic powder is out, twisting it in the napkin. We're gonna do this multiple times because I've had a piece of acrylic powder dry in this thing and it still has not come out. So you really, really wanna make sure it's completely clean. What I like to do before I store it away is just like twirl it around a couple times, shape it again. And that is pretty much it. I just put it back in the original packaging because I don't have any other way to store it. Now we're gonna get into fixing up my nails a little bit. So I'm just gonna file the edges, shape them up a little bit before we start painting them. And I'm just kind of getting back that original shape that they already had. Okay, I'm back. I just switched out my workspace. As you guys can see, I have all of my nail like colors and all of my fun like little decorations all set up. And also the sun just went over the horizon, which is why it's a little bit darker now. So I'm sorry about the change in lighting. Sorry about this. This is for my tripod, but this is what my inspiration is looking like for this video. I plan to do a French white tip with pink hearts and then the gem like rhinestones. And if you are ever looking for nail inspiration, make sure to check out my nail inspo Pinterest board. And if you like a lot of my nail designs, there's most likely a Pinterest picture of it on there because I get all of my nail inspiration from Pinterest. As you guys can see, we have a lot of like brushes, and then we also have chrome powder. I'm not going to be using this today. I just used this in my last set. These are going to be the diamonds I'm going to be using on my nails today. I love this set of like nail decor stuff that I got off Amazon. It came with this, and then these like iridescent like butterflies and bows, and then also these like little colorful beads. I use the Beetles rhinestone glue to glue on diamonds. I use only gel nail polish on top of my acrylic. This is the white that I use. I love this brand. It's a little bit pricey, but highly recommend. And then I also use the CNDC shellac, the base coat and then the top coat. Love this stuff as well. The only thing we also need to pick out is like a pink for the pink hearts. And I think I'm just gonna do the OPI gel color in Bubble Bath. And I think that's all of my nail polishes that I'm gonna be using. I like to use these dotting tools when making hearts. And then I also got this pack of brushes that I've been using. I keep everything in the original packaging. I don't know if that's weird or not. I don't know if everyone else is like that. These are like long, skinny little brushes, and I like to use these to paint on the French tip. And let's get into it. I'm first gonna set my OPI lamp on 60 seconds. My mom got this somewhere because she also likes to do her own nails at home, but I'm pretty sure you can buy these on Amazon, and I will link one down below. Anyways, we're gonna start off with the base coat, and I'm just gonna be putting this all on my nails and then sticking it in the light, one round of 60 seconds. Doing one layer of this. Anyways, I'm now gonna paint on this white polish. I like to take it out like this, leave the brush on the side here, and I'm just gonna take some off the top of the brush right here, off the bristles, and then paint on a line. And I kind of just follow like my natural like kind of nail line, and I'm kind of just blending it all up. And then I like to take the brush right now and just kind of blend that line together. That is pretty much it. I don't need to do anything more than that. What it's looking like, and I'm gonna be putting this in for 60 seconds, and then once this is done, we're gonna start off with the hearts. I'm kind of doing the same thing where I lay the cap on the side and then have the brush out like this. So I'm gonna use this dotting tool and scrape some of the pink off. One dot here, and then I like to do a second dot right next to it, and then I use the tool to just drag it down. And that's kind of how you do a mini heart. And I'm just gonna repeat this on all of my other nails. Now I'm putting my hand back in the light, and I'm gonna do this for 2 rounds, so 120 seconds rather than just 60 seconds. And I'm gonna be using the smallest rhinestones in my box right here. So I'm gonna use the tweezers and just start picking up some diamonds, and then I just like to dip it a little bit, and then we're gonna lightly place it down on the nail. Kind of like that. These diamonds are so pretty. I love putting them on my nails. The diamonds are on, we're gonna put it in for 2 more sets just to make sure that they're really on there, and then we're gonna go in with the top coat. Once again, here's the top coat I'm gonna be using. I like to just do 1 layer, and you just put it everywhere. Like, you put it over the diamonds, and it just kind of like keeps everything in place. Although when you're going around the diamonds, make sure to go like in swirled like circular patterns around to make sure that all the edges are sealed. We're gonna put it in this light for 2 more rounds. Okay guys, they're fully cured, and the last step, if you know, with gel polish, it leaves like a sticky residue. So what you need to do is take your paper towel and then some rubbing alcohol and put it on the towel, and then just wipe the nail off. Take off that sticky coating that it does, then you're fine to like touch them and like move around or whatever. So here's what the first hand is looking like. The hearts are not that noticeable, but I think it's okay. Anyways, I am now gonna do my other hand, but I'm gonna just end the video here because that is pretty much it on this nail tutorial on how to do your own acrylics at home. enjoyed this video and got to learn something, and hopefully this inspired you to like start doing your own nails at home. And also give me some video requests down below. I don't know what to really film like along the lines of like nail stuff. This is my first ever video, so please give me some feedback. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. I would really appreciate it. And then also follow me on Instagram if you want to as well. And yeah, if you made it up to the end of this video, comment down below this secret nail emoji so I know that you watched all the way up to the end. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next week. Bye!